How's it going, Cardiff? I realise it is Saturday morning. Some of you will probably be drinking last night. But...
not exactly.
Yeah, I'm Scottish. Yeah, so some of you might understand me. If you don't, tough. Alright. Were any Doctor Who fans in? Alright. Now I had a larger crowd of this in London and they were louder than that, and I want you guys to be even louder because we have standing room only, which is absolutely awesome in here. Is there any Doctor Who fans in the house? Okay, well this is a Torchwood panel, so is there any... Okay, we'll get the guests on the stage. A quick show of fans before I do. Has anyone not been to one of these panels, talks, shows before at all? No hands, good. I don't need to go over the group. Oh no, there's some. Trust you lot to come in now. Oh, God. Quick house shows, guys, okay? I realise you want to take loads of pictures of the panel. So we'll go ladies first. Please welcome Louise Jameson to the stage. You can come close to me if you want.
Lovely to be here. Hello, Wales. Hello.
Isn't she still stunning? Yeah, you're getting it. Everyone follow his lead, okay? Well done. Okay, next on the stage is John Levene. Oh. He's doing cosplay this weekend as John Travolta. Okay, and last but not least, this man has been the Doctor. Some might say he's even the Doctor, I don't know. It's Sylvester McCoy.
Hello, thank you very much. What a lovely crowd, eh? Thank you, Mother.
And there's more coming in. Wow, look at them. Jeez, where were you lot last year? Alright. I think you should just do another big cheer for the panel, because I think this is great having 3 classics.
Cheer for you.
Alright guys, flash photography, flash away. No, not literally flash away, madam. I'm sure there must be loads of questions out there as well, so get your questions ready. We're all getting round here. I'll try and kick things off so we can get the neurons firing in your brains. Oh, there's a lot of flashing going on out there. I'm trying my best not to photobomb. Alright, I think we'll bring it down now. There's a lot of flashing. We'll bring it down with a nice 10 count from 10 so you can join in. It would sound stupid with just me doing it. Alright, so we'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop the flashing. Put it away, sir. And the camera as well. No, not you. Alright guys, it's your panel.
Now you know why Scotland wanted independence.
Did you?
Oh yes. No, when I went up there at first, I didn't want it. I didn't think it was a good idea. Because I'm an internationalist, I want us all to join up. But when I got to Scotland, because I just finished working there during the whole adventure, I suddenly realised it wasn't about nationalism, it was about something else. It was about people power. They wanted, people up there wanted to decide their own fate. And that's what hit me, and I thought this is a much more interesting thing than the British press allowed to be told. It was a really fascinating experience. I did The Three Sisters by Chekhov, not the guy that's on the Star Trek thing, whatever it is. Yeah, this is a Russian guy on another spaceship called USS Avar. No, I did. I was just up there. It was great experience. I loved it. But sadly, it didn't go the way, because it would have meant a whole revolution. I felt it was revolutionary. Great.
And Wales would probably have followed.
Wales would follow, and then so would the north of Ireland, and so would Cornwall. And Ulster, and Brighton. Brighton, I believe. But,
They're independent anyway.
Yes, they are.
Right. Any questions out of you guys? Get your hands up, I will try and get it right. You were first, yes, I'll come to you. Then I saw you, sir. Keep your hands up, guys. If you can keep your hands up, I'll get the mic stage. We'll come to you first, and then we'll go to you, sir, okay?
Today is the last episode of Series 8, so a little opinion about Peter Capaldi's first series for all of you.
Aye, well, he's bloody good.
I'll second that. I think he's terrific, and I loved his first episode, the way they embraced his maturity, rather than just ignore the fact that they've chosen an older guy. And now they've got eye candy in for the younger generations. I think they've got the perfect recipe. I love his Doctor.
Yeah.
I do too. I do too, especially as a slight reflection of John Pertwee in his Doctor, and of course I'm obviously a John Pertwee man. But yes, it's lovely, and what a great everything about him is fascinating, and so yeah, I wish him all the very best of luck.
Yeah, it's good to have an older Doctor back again, because originally it was an older Doctor, and then, it gradually got a little younger, and then when it got to a 12-year-old, I thought, this is going too far. Although the 12-year-old was absolutely brilliant, by the way, Matt Smith. But when I heard they were going to get someone like that young, I thought, no, because we have enough superheroes in the world that wear their underpants outside their trousers, and they use their muscles, and they use their brawn and not their brain to solve problems. So the Doctor was always a hero in that way. I thought it was important for society, especially children, young people, and in Anglo-American, Anglo-British society, where we don't treat old people with the great respect they deserve, to have a superhero who's older. And it's great that we've got one back.
Just in case there's any casting directors in the audience, is there a part that you would like to go and play that you've not played as yet, but you would like to go and play, say, in the future?
Well, I'm a great fan of Star Trek, the first generation, and there was a part in that I used to write fan mail to. Because they had a rock that appeared on every planet. It was the same rock. And they would change its colour. I knew it was such a good actor. It was a good actor, but not that good. I always recognised that rock. And so I used to write fan letters to it. It never answered. It broke my heart. It's got a heart of stone, that rock. So I think I'd like to play that part.
I'd love to have done a bit of Shakespeare. I never thought I was much as an actor, but I love Shakespeare. I get his books as soon as they come out.
Well, the last time I saw him, he said, he loves you too, yes.
Oh, yeah, so that's, I would love to have done a bit.
Andrew Aguchi, you could make a great Andrew Aguchi.
Oh, thank you so much.
I don't know if anybody saw Toast this week.
Yes.
Okay,
I
played a 60-year-old prostitute who was very good at blow football. Blow football, that is. And I just loved it, and I just thought, do you know what I'd like now on my wish list is to have a real good, cracking cameo role in a sitcom. I think I'd be very happy with that.
All right, gentlemen down here, and then we'll come to yourself. Okay.
Hi, hello. I don't think I have to stand up. Basically, my question's to Sylvester. Sorry, guys. Last year, there was a lot of worry that you wouldn't be involved, in the 50th anniversary episode. But obviously, Peter Davison brought out the Fiveish Doctors reboot,
yes.
And it was amazing. And my question's basically, there's been rumours of maybe a sequel. Have you heard anything about this, or what's going on? Is this true?
No, I don't think there's any possibility of a sequel, because the Fiveish Doctors was made with love and for nothing. Nobody got paid a penny in it, and so you couldn't get Ian McKellen. He didn't even know. I think he was conned into it by Peter Jackson. Peter just stuck a camera at him and said, you know, Sylvester's not here, and he didn't even, I mean, he wasn't, he worked for a year and a half in King Lear around the world, and, you know, we did a pilot for a comedy, and we did, you know, The Hobbit. But
he was so funny in that, like mentioning The Hobbit so many times.
Well, I am in The Hobbit, you know. I hadn't heard. You hadn't heard it. Oh, well, there's a third one's coming out soon.
When?
Well, the world premiere is on the 1st of December.
I have to tell some people about that.
Yeah, no, just spread it around and let them know I'm in it. No, they couldn't make it. Sorry, it would be impossible. It was a piece made brilliantly put together by Peter Davison, and it was, you know, just love for Doctor Who and love for the fans, because we knew the fans wanted us in it. And so everyone that got involved wanted to be in the 50th as well, and they were miffed that they weren't, so that was another reason. But it was for you lot we made it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next questions from the young lady up there.
Hi, I'm just wondering, what is your favourite moment in Doctor Who, past or present?
Oh, that makes you think.
You know, that's so difficult to answer because, for my part, I was in it, what, 7 years, and every single minute, second, and day was a joy. And there were too many special moments. Just getting up in the morning and working with John and Trout. I mean, what can one say? I think the part that embarrassed me the most was when I had to wear a nappy as a baby. And unbeknownst to me, John and Katie, I had a word, and I think 20 quid to the prop chap, to bend the pin that was holding my nappy on. And I'm one of those actors that's never taken my clothes off. I'm not much of this, and I was terrified. If you actually watch it, you can see the sweat of fear running down. And they, as Nicholas called me around and said, "And where's Sergeant Benton?" The idea that I was going to stand up and my nappy was going to fall off. Now, obviously, I had some briefs underneath, but I cannot tell you, I felt the pin go, "Arr!" And so half of that performance was utter fear, and the other half was just genius. No, but that was my most awkward moment, honestly.
My worst moment was, I don't know if you remember the episode where I was going for a steaming, and I was in a straitjacket and hanging off a wall. I can't remember which story it was now, someone out there will know. Anyway, they left me there for the tea break. I thought it was hilarious.
I bet you were steaming when they came back. I was steaming that elevator.
Steaming, yeah.
My one is a memory is, what's it called, Survival. Survival we made in the deserts of Dorset. Twice I've been to Dorset, and it's a huge sand pit. It's miles that way, it's all sand. And twice, the biggest shot of the galaxy and Survival, it was over 100 degrees. It was amazing. It was a desert every time we filmed there. No, it was incredibly hot. We were working for the BBC, there was no shade, and the girls that were dressed up as cat girls, cat people, were all in fun fur, horrible plastic stuff, and you know, the makeup, the whole caboodle, and they were suffering so badly from the heat. One of them completely freaked out. She couldn't bear it, so she stripped off her costume, and she was last seen running over a sand dune. The reason why it's memorable is she forgot she was only wearing a thong. And for some reason that sticks in my memory. There's a thong in my heart.
So, question down here, and then yeah, I do see a hand up in the middle. Yeah, oh, there's a few popping up now. We'll get to you as many. Try and keep them up so I can get to you, okay? Right, on your side.
Hello guys, hello Sylvester.
Where are you? Wave your hand. You can stand up, that makes it easier for us. Look, don't be embarrassed, everyone's watching you.
Shy.
Have the mic right up close to your face.
Just
there
a
you
quick
go.
question. Last week's episode it was revealed that Missy was the master, so a female time lady. It's only a week ago. Yeah. I was just wondering what your individual...
Wasn't Kate O'Mara a master of some sort?
Well, it's more to do with the changing of the sex of the master into female mistress, and also more so what your thoughts would be about a female doctor.
I think they're paving the way.
For you, Louise, yes.
Well, I think having a lady is a good idea because you already rule the world. We think we do. So I think.
Yeah, but what about the universe? I think you should handle the universe. It's a big job, you know, I'm telling you.
Good Irish accent there.
The jabbers.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of weird, really. You know, they've got Batman and Batlady. They've got, you know, They've got Catwoman, Catman, I suppose. And I'm not so sure. I think they should have a lady doctor. Yeah, absolutely. Called Lady Who. A nice name for her, Lady Who. But, you know, why not have, like, Batlady and Batman, and just have both of them? Why get rid of all of them? But there seems to be very exciting conversations going off all around the world about it. If it happens, it'll be very interesting to see how it goes. Maybe Peter can put on a kilt, and that'll move it towards it. Louise, do you know?
Oh, I think it would be a fantastic idea, but I know there's a lot of resistance. Okay, no, show of hands, okay? Who would like to see at some point a female doctor? And who would be absolutely against it? Oh, no, it's swinging in our way, ladies. Yeah, let's see it.
Quick show of hands, who would like to see Louise as a doctor? There you go.
Thank you.
Okay, next question is...
Can I be your companion?
I wouldn't get a word in edgeways.
Okay, next question from the gentleman in the middle there, and then, yeah, I think we've got one up the back there, and then we'll get... do see your hands, guys, we'll all work your way around to you. Alright, on you go, sir.
My question is, given the opportunity, would the three of you like to appear again on Doctor Who, and if so, what kind of story would you ideally like to appear?
If we appeared, what kind of...
What kind of story would you like to appear in?
I would be back in it in a nanosecond. I would absolutely love to. I met Peter Capaldi about a month ago here in Cardiff. I went on a set visit, and he was extraordinary. He went, "Oh, it's you!" And he grabbed me by the hand, and he pulled me onto the set.
Oh dear, this is getting bad.
He stopped the lighting guys from setting up the scene that they were about to record. I could see the director tapping her fingers, thinking, who is this woman holding up a full day's recording? And he went, no, stop everyone. This is Louise Jameson. She played Leela in 1977. I mean, he just knew. He went, photograph, I've got to have a photograph. Honestly. So we had a photograph taken, and as I left the set, he was so sweet. I was really touched. As we left the set, he went, would you like to be in it again? I went, yes! Is the Pope Catholic? And he said, see what I can do, were his last words to me. So thank you. I think it would be really interesting to go back as Leela, but as Leela now, you know, maybe with a football team of children. You know, she'd had at least 11 kids, I think. And probably not all of them with Andrew. What do you think? Anyway, yeah, I would love to go back in and actually as Leela. A wise, old guru-type sage woman, I think, still with a knife.
And the chamois leather.
And the chamois leather.
Don't forget the chamois
in
leather.
In your dreams, Mr. McCoy.
They were always in my dream.
I would love to go back, of course. I mean, I know UNIT is, people sadly miss UNIT, and of course every time I hear about UNIT, you know, I often wonder why they haven't had at least one of us back, maybe Richard or Tatey. But yeah, I mean, once you've been in a show like this, it's become such a phenomenon, and my pride is endless. I'm known. It's made my life. If it weren't for Douglas Camfield and Barry Letts, to think that, you know, we've travelled the world and that you love us, something there's not a lot of love about, and you seem to give a lot to us. And I would love to go back. Every time I see UNIT on the screen, I think, oh God, you know. But then, you know, maybe we're too old now. I don't know. But I don't think Mr. Moffat likes. I don't think he likes to go back very much. So I don't think you're going to be seeing us. But yes, like I would go back straight away.
Well, I think everyone who's been in it would want to go back, except for Chris. Which is sad, really, because he was great. No, it'd be great. I'd be delighted to go back. I'd like to go back as a villain or something really horrible. You know, kind of really nasty. That'd be great fun. I could play the spoons over someone. I could play the spoons. Play them to death with the spoons.
I have this fantasy, not that sort of fantasy.
I've got my spoons with me, if you know.
You know that scene in Star Wars, that bar scene where there's
all those,
that they have all of us, not as us, but
drunk,
as but drunk, but as creatures from just random creatures from all over the universe, and it would be like Spot the Extra. You'd have like 3 seconds of camera time each, and it would be. For you lot to go, can we freeze frame? Can we? Joe, who's that? What episode was that person in? It would be really just one for the fans.
I was hoping that's what they're going to do, something like that for the 50th.
Yeah.
You know, that we should appear mysteriously and maybe not recognisably until the last moment. You know, each of us all through. No, that's why we did Fiveish Doctors reboot. Yeah.
Maybe we could all appear in The Hobbit.
Yes. Well, I'm a wizard, and we can see what we can do. Yes, let's have a photograph now and we'll see what we can do.
Only if you bring your spoon.
No, we wouldn't.
Before this turns into an entirely different show. Okay, we have a question in the middle and then we'll come to yourself up there, okay?
Okay, first of all, throughout the last series of Doctor Who, there was a lot of hype and fan theories about a crossover between Doctor Who and Sherlock. My question is, if you could make Doctor Who merge or have a crossover episode with any film or TV series, what would it be and why?
Yes, you beat me to it.
Breaking Bad.
It might already have been done, and I don't know in my ignorance, but have they met Anthony and Cleopatra yet anywhere in Doctor Who land? Have they done Cleopatra? Oh.
Anthony was busy.
Have they done Boadicea? Maybe Boadicea just touched down somewhere with a really powerful woman. That would be a wish. I know that Big Finish have done that on audio with Wrath of the IC now. But, yeah, thank you. John Dorney wrote that, but I'd love to see that on camera.
Okay, the gentleman with the purple blazer on it, yeah?
This is a question for Sylvester McCoy. Did you enjoy making Doctor Who or Hobbit the most?
I like you, this is controversial, this is.
I'm in the Hobbit, you know. I'm also in Doctor Who. Listen, Doctor Who was about 25 years ago. When I did that, that was just brilliant fun, great adventure. I loved it. The Hobbit, well, the last one is coming out in a couple of weeks. I loved that. That was then, I was him, and he is different from this man here now. Because the 7 ages of man, and I'm in the slowly disintegrating age now, where I played in The Hobbit, and I love doing it. I love doing more, really. I mean, it's, as far as I'm concerned as an actor, I fall in love with every role I play. Mostly, sometimes, very rarely, it doesn't happen. I don't fall in love with the role, but very often I fall in love with every role I do. I have had many mistresses. Apart from falling in love with all the Hobbit, all the parts that I've played. No, that didn't go down well. Anyway, yeah, I love them both. I've got 2 children, I love them both. So, yeah, you can't battle against one or the other.
And they're kind of connected, because the jobs you get now are also part and parcel of your CV that have brought you up to this point.
Yeah.
So, in a way, it almost becomes the same. It's just career, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we're so blessed to be in this career.
We are. Let's carry on. So there are hundreds of other things that happen between Doctor Who and The Hobbit that I'm in.
Okay, next question is for back right, and then we'll come to over here on the left, and yeah, there's a young lady just there that's had her hand up for quite a long time as well. We'll get to you. On you go.
Which companion and which doctor do you think would get along best with each other? So which companions do you think would be friends and which do you think would have a bit of infighting? Same with doctors. How do you think they'd find each other?
Well, you and Soph always got on famously brilliantly, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that the dream team was created there.
Yeah.
I may add the unit and John Pertwee, that was quite a tight group too.
We had our problems, didn't we? We get on brilliantly now, Tom and I, but it wasn't so easy back in the day. But, I don't know, it's a really hard question, that. Really interesting question. Have you any thoughts, chaps?
No, really. You've stumped us, my dear.
Well, I mean, you're not together.
Go to the next question.
Do you think, playing on that, do you think each companion has been with the right doctor?
Well, not really, because what happens is that you have a companion and a doctor, and then the doctor leaves, the companion stays on. So in a way, that's an odd one. The changeover, it can be an odd one. They're not made for each other. It's just, the new doctor, I don't think they consider, if they got a new doctor, will that doctor go with the leftover companion? You know what I mean? So sometimes that can be an awkward join.
Do you think, I think Jen's really come into her own in this current series?
Yes,
which
yeah.
I don't know if you'd agree out there. I just think she's completely flowered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's great.
Yeah, next question.
Some work, some don't.
Yeah, up there, and then we'll come to yourself. Okay.
Which monster and villain do you three consider to be your favourite in the Doctor Who universe?
I can answer that straight away. I like the Oberons. They're half human, half monster. Rather like my mother-in-law. I thought the Oberons, and I thought the weeping, the angels that blinked, it actually bloody frightened me. I'm a big bloke. It was brilliant. And I met the lady that was one of the angels last week, and it was lovely. Yeah, brilliant idea. That.
Yeah, the weeping angels are quite interesting. I was in, where was I? Yes, in Uppsala in Sweden recently. And it was all dark, and I came out, and there was a church, and on the church this light was shining right on an angel, away up the church, and it freaked me out. It just really did, and I nearly got run over because I was, I kept trying not to, I was going over the street. These Swedish people went, and all that swearing in Swedish at me, but I mean, I wasn't going to take my eye off that angel.
Yeah, they're genius, they're genius. Yeah. I couldn't work out, and I think they've done it since, but I couldn't work out why you couldn't just close one eye and keep an eye on them. Yeah. Wink, at least. Yeah. And the Daleks, good old Daleks, just love them. I mean, what an upside-down pepper pot. Hurrah! Yeah. What a brilliant piece of design. And
extraordinary. It's still how all 50 years it's been frightening the life out of people. I was doing a signing in a toy shop. I was on the table, and there was a queue of little children coming, waiting for me to sign stuff, and it was really sweet and lovely. And suddenly I saw this little girl, and she became terrified. I mean, real terror, real horrible terror to watch in a child. I couldn't bear it. I didn't know where it came from. I looked behind me, just behind me, a Dalek had just come into view. And this poor little girl was so frightened. So I stood up and I said, "Don't worry. I'm here, I'm the doctor, you're safe with me." And I wasn't acting, I did it for real, because I thought, I can't bear to see this child so frightened. And I picked her up and hugged her, and then I was arrested. But anyway.
My niece will never forget that day. Okay, next question is a young lady there, and then we have the gentleman up the back there.
Hi. So last year I was looking at the celebration in London, and that was...
You hold the mic closer to your mouth.
Oh, sorry. So I was wondering what the best moment was for you.
Oh, the 50th, I can answer that. The best moment of that 50th weekend. I was about to leave. Most people had drifted away to go and watch the episode. And I was about to leave the great big space where we'd all been signing, and someone said, stay, stay, don't move, don't move. And then over the speakers came, 50 years ago today, in 10 seconds, a fantastic programme was born, and there was this big countdown that went down to the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 9. And do you know, I wanted to cry. It was, this roar went up from mainly from people who had volunteered for the day, not the people who'd been in it, and the people who'd kind of really dedicated their whole weekend to helping it go, you know, successfully as it did. And that was my best moment. I felt so proud to have been part of such an amazing show. And Doctor Who, you know, people say, what is the secret of its success? It's kind of indefinable, but I think what it has done is it attracts the most challenged and the most brilliant minds in the world. It fires the imagination. Right always wins over wrong. It gathers in people who have felt somehow outside of society, makes them part of this fantastic family. And I was just so proud to have been part of it in that split second. So that was my moment.
It is actually quite emotional. I must confess, I missed it. I've become a bit of a singer. I've been recording a couple of albums.
It's a sewing machine.
Yes. And I'm going to give you one of them. So, yeah, and I ended up in Hollywood recording my second album on the very 3 days that the show was on, and I was sick. I was on Hollywood Boulevard. I was in a big studio with an orchestra behind me, and there I am thinking I should be in London. But I have to say, we did a great recording, and I'm very, very happy to be a singer now. I mean, I'm never going to be great, but I'm certainly interesting. And I'm doing Frank Sinatra, you see, I'm singing Frank Sinatra.
I suppose, in a way, I mean, what you just said there tops it all. That was a beautiful description of what happened. It was great. But I must say, I did enjoy being on the stage with Tom, Peter, Colin, myself. Just kind of really nice feeling that we old 20th century doctors, the old Whoers, were still here. And I quite liked that moment.
Next up from the question at the back there, sir.
To all the panel, I'd like to say thank you for all the memories. There's always room for a good doctor, and you've been a cracking doctor. There's always room for a Sergeant Benton, and to the original Eye Candy, you still got it.
Thank you very much.
About you when you said the eye candy. That was you, thank you.
That was you.
Yeah. What about my glasses? Anyway.
Hi, I really love the Big Finish production, like my favourite for the Gala 3 TV, but I'm wondering what the best thing you've done with Big Finish.
I'm just about to record Omega Factor, 4 episodes, literally next week with them, where they've taken Anna Reynolds. I don't know if you've seen it. It was a series that went out in 1979 and dealt with the paranormal, so it touches on Doctor Who. But I think the best thing I've done with them is Survivors, which thank you. It's a big Finish fan out there. And actually, I got Leela because of Survivors, weirdly, because Pennant Roberts had interviewed me for Survivors. I didn't get the part, but he'd remembered me, and he famously had a little black book where he kept all his actors and actresses that he interviewed or had seen on stage with a little note about them all, and he'd written my name and thought I was interesting and worth recalling for the part of Leela. So it's thanks to Survivors I've got. But I think Survivors series at Big Finish is phenomenal. I think beautifully written. Did you have a Big Finish favourite?
The Hobbit. And the thing about Big Finish is, I love doing them. I mean, I do really, really love doing audio. Because I think being inside the actor's head, it's more internal. Television is external because it's a visual thing, and you have to, communicate things by how you look. But on audio, you can get right down inside. And so I've done some that I really, really, really enjoyed very much. I've no idea what they were because they sent me the script on Monday. I did it on Tuesday and Wednesday, and forgot it on Thursday. Because you just go in and do it, really. Whereas when you're doing other things, like telly, you rehearse, you know, you get to know it. But this way, it's straight in and out, so I'm a bit lost as to... I just got a general feeling that I love doing it. I'm doing some more next week too. I'm doing 2. Are you? Different studio? Are we? Oh, they're expanding. They've got 2 studios now. And yeah, and then next January I'm doing a whole pile with Bonnie, I think, which is great. So we'll go, nice Bonnie stories. But anyway, I can't tell you which particular one.
I've only done 1. So I'm not...
That's good. That's the one your favourite then.
I'm not a big I'm not the big Finnish type, I don't think. But it was very enjoyable. It was nice. As Sylvester said, I played 6 parts, which I'd never done before. And I had never done voices. I'm not very talented.
The mime artist.
And I used to get Sylvester in to do it because he was in The Hobbit, you know. And,
I'm in The Hobbit.
Oh, you are. And you were on the plane when I flew to New Zealand. Sylvester was on the plane I got on. And so I changed the airline. And no, it was nice. It was very nice. Thanks.
This good gentleman here had his hand up a while ago. Have you still got your question ready? And then I think we've got a young gentleman right in the middle there as well, okay?
If you could choose a doctor to
You hold the mic up to your mouth so the people at the back can...
If you could choose a doctor...
If you could choose a doctor to be, which one would you be? One.
To be or not to be? To be or not to be? That is the question. If you could choose a doctor to be a bee?
No, to act as that doctor.
Doctor Who number 7. I'm the only actor who's done 2 doctors. I did Doctor Who number 6, because he refused to turn up. He couldn't get out of bed that morning, so it was... So they put me in Colin Baker's costume. They lost me for 3 days. So I played him, and I played the other one. What's his name? He's in The Hobbit.
I think David Tennant was brilliant, but I'd like to be John Pertwee, and then maybe a little bit of Peter Capaldi, who knew John, by the way. I don't know if any of you know this. Sean Pertwee has gone on record as saying that when Peter and his dad, they'd already met, and Peter had always dreamed of being a doctor, and now he's got it. So yes, one of those 3. I thought Tennant was brilliant. I was in Hollywood at the time, so I missed I was there 20 years, missed a load of English stuff. But when he came on the scene, and Billy Piper, I thought was stunning. And of course Nick Briggs, who's now, I helped him 40 years ago, I helped him become an interviewer when he used to work for, I can't remember the company now. Yes. And now he's the voice of the Dalek. I mean, it's just incredible. So, yes, I'd like to be John or Peter or Dash of David.
I'd quite like to be Sylvester McCoy. I mean, how mad must it be being inside that head all day? I think that would be my choice.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's lovely. We swap roles. I'm not sure how I look in chamois leather, but...
We can always find out. Okay, there's a very young gentleman there who's had his hand up for a while.
I love kids. I used to go to school.
Actually, time for one last question. I know I did see your hand up, sir, but you've had quite this lady here has had her hand up. I don't think you've asked one yet, so I think we'll finish with yourself. So no pressure at all. If we have time, we'll come to you, sir.
Obviously, in the more recent last few series, some of the companions and the doctors have a bit of a relationship going on. If that type of thing had been going on during your era, who do you think would have played it, and who would you have liked to have played it with?
Well, I had 2 companions, so let's not talk about pairing. 2 ladies, doodly-doodly-doo, and I'm the only doctor.
Patrick Troughton had a real twinkle about him, didn't he, back in the day? So yes, but I'm not sure about all this sex between the companion and the doctor. I know I sound a bit fuddy-duddy about it. Paul McGann started it with a film, didn't he?
Yeah.
We'll blame him. But they originally, William Hartnell's companion was not his granddaughter. Originally it was just, you know, a random female that he was travelling with, and the BBC had to make it respectable. so they decided to make her his granddaughter. So they were very, very adamant that there should be no twinkling whatsoever between companions and doctors. And then it went weird in the break.
Very weird. I mean, when you consider that, what's her name? It's Peter Davidson's daughter. Georgia. Now, when you say, I mean, see, there's Georgia, that's Peter Davidson's daughter, married Doctor Who. He's Doctor Who as well. So this is getting really messy. And anyway, she's also my wife, I think, Peter's daughter. So what's our relationship? Is Peter my father-in-law? And she also played the daughter of Doctor Who in The Thing. Didn't she? She's married to the doctor who was his dad. So I think it's a complete mess. It does my head in, although Miss Moffat is very pretty and very lovely.
I think they filmed that episode in Cornwall. Alright, yeah, we've got time for one last quick question, sir, so on you go.
You all clearly enjoy doing all these events. Can you understand Christopher Eccleston not wanting to do these sort of types of events, and is it down to the pressures or what comes along with taking a role on Doctor Who? Is it quite pressurised? Or?
It is like doing two jobs. If you join the world of Doctor Who, there's the job of performing and becoming someone else and telling a story and entertaining, and then this is a separate job. And you know, that's not something he signed up for when he left drama college. I mean, he's an amazing actor, I think, and I also think it's very sad for the fans that he hasn't taken on the other mantle, but I completely understand him making that choice.
Yeah, Paul McGann wasn't very keen to begin with, you know, to do it.
He's come right round.
But he loves it now. You can't keep him away. He's thinking of giving up acting and just doing this for the rest of his life. He loves it. But, I mean, I had something to do with it, because he asked me what it was, you know, like, and I told him, you know, I didn't want another doctor on my patch, so I tried to frighten him off. I succeeded for a couple of years, and then sadly he's found out what fun it is. But no, Christopher Eccleston, you know, he is a great actor, and it's not his bag, really. There are some people who are really, you know, acting is very interesting. It attracts all sorts of different people. Everyone thinks actors are very articulate and they can communicate, but some can't. They need a script, and when they get that script, they turn into something astonishing. And then when they leave, they become quite quiet. Once Olivier, well, it's often said that sometimes you'd see him after a show, and he'd be in the quiet bit of the bar, you know, kind of hiding. Yet on the stage, this god arrives, but when he comes off, he's just a little wimp. I can say that because I worked with him and we didn't get on.
And he wasn't in The Hobbit?
No way. Ian McKellen was, though.
Quickly before we finish, what's the date for The Hobbit?
Pardon? What's
the date for The Hobbit's release? You might as well get a...
Well, as far as I don't know the date of the release, all I know is that the world premiere is on the 1st in London. I think it's, I keep asking if it's the world one. I think it is, but that's all I know. I know very little. We're the last to find out.
Yeah, might as well end it with a good plug.
I did it, you know.
Yeah, you were in it, yeah.
I don't know if I'm in the third one, I'm not allowed to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, please go nuts for our Doctor Who panel. When you're heading out, can we get you to go out the very back door, guys, okay?